Check 1, 2. Welcome back. Everything should be right this time, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy DELRAY, Richardson, platinum artist, platinum songwriter, Straight Game TV. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, yes. Little technical difficulty. Yeah, thanks, John. Yeah, a little technical difficulty there, but we back. We back with the Straight Game. Like I said, thank you guys for tuning in once again. It's been a while since I went live. I've been extremely busy. And I drop only when I have to, not just to say anything. Chapman, John Serrano, welcome back. Thank you guys for coming back. Been a lot of things going on lately. Yeah, Chapman. Yeah, Reggie's back to his. What I want to talk about is not in particular Reggie in particular, but more importantly, the antics. This is, and a lot of people not paying attention to this, man. The things that Reggie has been doing. I caught a video the other day in which he was mentioning me once again, calling me names again, and like I said, we had a mutual agreement, and where we wouldn't do that. And like I said once again, you can't hold Reggie to nothing. And like I said, but more importantly, what I want to talk about is Tupac's music. And I want to talk about the Big Simon Says publishing company that Reggie tried to steal, or should I say fraudulently act as if it was the same company that Suge Knight had under Big Simon Says LLC, Suge Knight's real company. And when Suge Knight was in prison, Reggie tried to basically create an identical company and do publishing deals, and then hold that paperwork for some time, and then try to submit the paperwork and act as if it was the same company in Big Simon Says, if you will. And so, because I did some research, and none of the songs that Reggie claimed, if you watch the video that I dropped yesterday, none of the songs that Reggie had claimed on that list, none of those songs had his name on it at all. And if you looked at that, and then you looked at the things that Suge had did legally when Tupac was alive, under all of the songs that I showed you, at least off of the Machiavelli album, you guys would have understood and seen where, in fact, Suge Knight was actually Simon. And so Reggie has been fraudulently masquerading as if he was Simon, putting up this paperwork in which he filed copyright papers in the name of Big Simon Says. And then when I look at there's original copyrights of the songs when they originally were copywritten. And then there's these attempted remixes and things like that. And so what I want to get into is this. Reggie Wright Jr. once again has shown, and he keeps talking about Suge Knight, but Reggie crossed Suge Knight in more than one way just in Vegas. And it's dealing with this music. Remember, I did the video where Reggie put up some royalty check, if you will. And it was, under his name. And he claimed it was for all of this big amount of money. And like I told you guys before, that John, Gullible John did not black out the amount. And the amount was from like $115 or something like that. And he was trying to show me that he got money from ASCAP, if you will. So he put that check up and tried to make it seem like it was just astronomical amount, but it wasn't. And so what Reggie basically did was he tried to make himself look like Suge Knight, and then trying to claim, not under his name, but under Big Simon Says. As a matter of fact, there was one of the songs where it says the writer on it was Big Simon. Now, you can write under an alias if you want to, but in fact, we know on the back of the Machiavelli album that who Simon was. We heard Tupac call Simon Suge Simon. We heard Snoop call Suge Simon. So we know who Big Simon was, and Simon has always been Suge Knight. So when Reggie put out this paperwork, and he was saying that once Snoop, that was Reggie's real beef with Snoop, in trying to say, oh yeah, I'm glad that Snoop bought Death Row, so now I can submit this paperwork, and he can get paid now, right? Well, if the paperwork was allegedly, from what I understand from the copyrights, if the paperwork and the copyrights was submitted to the Library of Congress in 2001, then why would it take 2022, 2023 for Reggie to submit this paperwork? That's because Reggie crossed Suge, and Suge probably didn't even know it. And so now, when I did the interview with Daz was talking about the same thing. Yeah, Reggie was trying to steal publishing with that fake Simon Says company, trying to act as if he was Suge Knight. And so recently, Reggie went back to calling me names, talking about, just like he was like, just like the group of, DELRAY, that's why I talk to him, because I like him. I don't talk to Reggie. We don't talk on the phone. We're not friends. We're not confidants. We're not associates. The only time that I talked to Reggie was when he sued me, when he fraudulently sued me for copyright infringement, which I didn't infringe upon his copyrights. When he fraudulently sued me for defamation, for calling him Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. You understand what I'm saying? And so, in which I proved that he was, from what he had said on the dossier, that he was a 137 informant. That wasn't something that I made up, some kind of name I made up out of the blue. That was factually an action which Reggie had copped to. You understand what I'm saying? So, and then he would fraudulently sue me. But the reason why he sued me because he thought a lawsuit was coming his way for all of the crazy stuff that he says about other people. You see? So he was trying to be preemptive with that, but it didn't work. And what showed you that it didn't work, because he ended up signing an agreement saying that, we would respect each other and, get online and not call each other names. But Mr. Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. has continued to call me names, right? Like I said, we know who and what he is because he said who and what he is and what he likes to do. And Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. said the only time he cooperates with the law enforcement or the FBI is against crooked mayors and niggas that he don't like. And so therefore, that could mean a lot of people. As we've seen just recently, Reggie just tried to come out and basically said that he prevented WAC 100 from bailing Keefe D out. And we know that that's a lie. I did a video on that, but now I'm speaking on it live, right? We know that that's a lie. We know that Reggie had nothing to do with that. The information was made public because it was made public. It was on, closed circuit court TV via Zoom, and everybody in the country or around the world who wanted to tune into that to see what happened with that. And it had nothing to do with Reggie Wright Jr. You understand what I'm saying? But once again, in trying to put himself in the middle of the Tupac investigation, once again, most people don't know. That's why I released the video yesterday. Most people don't know what Reggie was doing. Remember, he claimed that he ran Death Row, right? And if I'm going to do a publishing deal with any kind of artist on Death Row, I'm not going to do it under a publishing company that's named the same name as Suge's publishing company. Why would Reggie do that? Reggie was hoping that something would happen to Suge, and if something would happen to Suge, he would go and try to claim all of those songs and say that they was under this Simon Says company that he claimed, because none of the songs are in his name. Why would you name the same company, Simon Says, the same as Suge's? The only reason for that is to create confusion and hope people wouldn't really pay attention to it. So when he came out and he started talking about me, and he was like, yeah, well, I get paid off of these Tupac songs, and I did this deal and I did that deal, and acting as if he had bought certain people's publishing. But he wasn't buying people's publishing. He didn't have no money like that. You understand what I'm saying? And so therefore, he was masquerading as if he was Suge Knight under the guise of being Suge Knight, and he wasn't. Go look at the video yesterday. It's very detailed. But this part two, in regards to that, is the fact that Reggie Wright failed Suge and Tupac in Vegas. And then after that, some years later, would then try to masquerade and do underhanded deals and not really truly inform Suge about those deals. Think about it for a minute. If Suge had Simon Says publishing under his own right, which he did, and I showed you guys under the Machiavelli album, then why would Suge need Reggie to form another company with the same name and then go and try to do these backdoor deals for only like 10 or 11 songs? It doesn't make sense. Let me count those. What is it like? It's like 10 or 11 songs involved in that situation. Why would Reggie do that under the same name as Suge? Because he was stealing. He wanted a piece of the game that he didn't have a piece of. He wanted to be a part of something that was gaining a residual income in the royalties that the Tupac songs would generate. I checked it. I did the research. I went to the Library of Congress. I looked it up. Oh, I know what it is. Remember when Afeni had found out that when she had did the deal involving the songs and all the Tupac songs that she had got back once she found out the situation, she had sued Death Row, right? There was a deal that was done. But there were songs and remixes and things that were being done in which she had to sue again. And those were some of the songs, the underhanded things that Reggie was doing in that case. You understand what I'm saying? So most people don't understand. This is very important, man. This is what everybody claimed that Tupac was killed for, you know, the music and the publishing and all of these other things, right? So not only after Reggie failed Tupac and he pulled the security off of Tupac in Vegas for being fired, right? He then in turn was doing underhanded deals when Suge Knight went to prison and forming a publishing company with the identical name that Suge gave his. There could only be one reason to do that. And it's been called fraud year in and year out. There was a guy in Europe who created the same name. He stole like 120 some $1 million from a company because he named his company the same name as a company that was named in Silicon Valley. It's one of the oldest frauds that you can do, right? And he was actually billing these other companies under the name of that company that looked similar to that company, and they were actually paying it out until they caught on to it. You understand what I'm saying? So most people don't really get it, and they don't understand what's been going on. So, and like I said, with y'all talking about when the Warner Brothers had the fire and all of that. Yeah, that's one aspect of it now. But with the stems thing, they don't really have to worry about that. I'm talking about people doing nefarious things with contracts and acting as if they have the right and the authority to deal in Tupac's music and creating bogus companies and acting like they are publishers, if you will, or they bought publishing. Because let's be clear, Reggie said that he ran Death Row. We know that's not true now. Suge came out recently and said that wasn't true. So there's no need to really think past or what that was about. It wasn't true. And I told y'all before Suge came out by showing y'all that he had stated in a a deposition, if you will, with a lawyer, and the lawyer asked him, well, who did you leave in charge of Death Row when you went to prison? And Suge Knight basically stated that he left Michelle A in charge. But Reggie has been masquerading like it was him, right? So now, I ask this once again. If Reggie was doing deals and under Simon Says, why would he have to create a whole nother company under Simon Says when Suge already had a Simon Says company? And you've seen it in the video that I posted yesterday. Why would he do that? The only reason why he would do that is he's trying to steal. And he's a common thief. And he's a petty guy. And this needed to be revealed to all of the people who respect and honor Tupac's legacy, but not only that, deserve to hear and know the truth. We don't care who's looking over Reggie. We don't care whether the police looking over Reggie or not. It doesn't really matter. Once again, he failed Tupac and them, and then when it came time to go look for Keefe D, when they locked Keefe D up, he was the first one in Las Vegas to try to, if he went to Las Vegas, he was the first person right there lined up waiting to testify when he wasn't even there. How do you testify about something that you were not present for? How do you go in front of a grand jury and testify about something and where you were supposed to be in protecting your boss and protecting the client because your boss had asked you to do that? How was that possible for him to not be there and do what he was supposed to do? But when they lock Keefe D up, he's the first one lined up to testify in front of the grand jury about nothing. And then finally admit the truth. Like I tell you guys, that guess what? The Nextel radios did have a walkie-talkie feature when he dogged Michael Moore, when he dogged Frank Alexander about that not being true. He finally admitted that it was true in front of the grand jury. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, you got to hold people's feet to the fire when dealing with these situations, because if you don't hold their feet to the fire, they will try to recreate history. That's why I released the video yesterday again. You understand what I'm saying? And so when Michael Moore said he heard got him over Reggie's radio. He did. And Reggie came out and basically admitted that when he wanted to clarify the fact that he went and met Suge at University Medical Center in Las Vegas on that night that Suge and Tupac was shot. But guess what? He was lying about that too. Suge came out and said that he was lying about that also. Suge was like, Reggie didn't come to the hospital and visit me that night. See, once again, he had told that to the young lady, I forgot her name, but he had mentioned that on her webcast. And Suge heard that, and Suge was like, Reggie didn't come see me. He didn't even talk to me. He didn't get a chance to talk to me that night. Reggie had lied and said that Suge told him that Orlando Anderson them was responsible for the shooting. Reggie lied on Suge night. While that man sitting in the hospital and Tupac sitting in the hospital suffering from gunshot wounds because Reggie pulled the security off of him that night. Yeah, Tupac did what he did. Absolutely. But like I said, once again, Tupac wouldn't have been able to get at anybody had he been adequately secured. Period. Security is the first line of defense. And like I said, Tupac's security was sabotaged by Reggie Wright Jr. Just like they're trying to say about the situation involving Donald Trump right now. They're basically trying to say that the Secret Service didn't do their job. And from what that seems like, it seems like Reggie was over there with the Secret Service. And yeah, he wasn't doing his job, like they weren't doing their job, and dude was able to climb up on the roof and do what he did. You know what I mean? And this is, from that perspective. Wasn't the president, but former president. And so, like I said, once again, Tupac's security was sabotaged that night in Las Vegas. But yet, Reggie would create a bogus company with the same identical name as Suge Knight's publishing company, and do deals under that company, acting as if that was Suge Knight's company that he was doing deals under. He was doing backdoor deals. And I caught him. And I'm calling him out for it. And he knows it. You understand what I'm saying? And so all of the things that we come to know in regards to the situation in regards to the building that Death Row owned that was in Reggie Wright's name, right? Reggie Wright made a deal with the government, with the IRS, right? Because he didn't pay taxes on that transaction, the alleged transaction, and what he basically saying, he didn't pay taxes. I seen the paperwork. I did a video on the paperwork. It's in one of those videos. I don't remember the actual title, because when I just come with the straight game. I don't even I'm dealing with the facts on that day and putting those facts out there so that they can be documented. But like I said, once again, when you understand what Reggie Wright Jr. has been doing, then you'll get it. He's been lying. He's been lying. All of these allegations about Puffy and all of this stuff that he's just coming out fabricating, and these stories about Suge Knight, this, he didn't know all about those things. That wasn't information that he was privy to. Because if he was privy to it, he would have been available for Suge Knight and Tupac the night that they were shot in Las Vegas. But he wasn't. Now all of a sudden he wants us to think that he knows everything. Like I said, he sued me fraudulently and frivolously for something I didn't do. That just goes to show you who he is. And now, like I said, you watched the video yesterday. This is a conclusion of that video, just to let you know exactly what went on and what Reggie Wright Jr. had did. He created an identical fake company with the same name, same publishing name that Suge was using to publish the Machiavelli album, under the songs under the Machiavelli album, right? So now you got to understand that came after all of that. The company that Reggie created came after the Machiavelli album, after all of that. Why would he do that? Why wouldn't he call it Right Way Publishing? Right? Why wouldn't he call it, something else? Because he knew that what he was doing was wrong. He knew that what he was doing was some underhanded shit. And so now, once again, when you look at it and you look back at it, and like I said, that's why I presented all of the documents to confirm what I'm saying, not so that you could just listen to me and I'm talking some shit, because if I feel like I want to talk about it, but I presented you with the documentation. If you watched the video from yesterday, this is just the part 2, just to sum it up, to let you know where I'm coming from involving these facts. When you watch the video from yesterday and all of the documentation that I presented, you're going to get it. Be like, oh, wow, this guy did that. And I put what I did was I lined up the songs that Reggie had put out on that list, talking about PA forms from the Copyright Office, right? In which, like I said, once again, there was one song on the list that I just did recent research on. It was a Tupac song called Happy Home, right? So there's 2 versions of Happy Home, right? There's one version, Happy Home, that Reggie's name is not on, nowhere near it, no Simon Says, none of that. And then there's another version that says Happy Home 2, if you will, right? And so that version of Happy Home has a writer by the name of Big Simon, right? So now, this might be one of those versions that Reggie is trying to claim that he has a part of, but that he really doesn't. Once again, we know Big Simon is who? Suge. Why would Reggie name a publishing company after Suge and then claim that it's his publishing company once Suge is incarcerated? And once Snoop buys Death Row, now he's like, oh yeah, I'm so glad that Snoop done bought Death Row, because now I can go over here and submit the paperwork. So why didn't he submit it back in 2001? Why didn't he send it to E1? Why didn't he send it to Wide Awake? Because it was bogus. It was all bullshit. And now, once again, when he pulled out that check, talking about, oh yeah, John, put up the check. Gullible John, gullible. Hey John, we want to thank you for that one too, for not blocking out that line with the real amount of the check, right? We want to thank you for that one, John, because I don't know if you did that on purpose or not, But we want to thank you for that, John, for really showing us that it was about $115. I don't even remember the exact amount. It was about $115. Reggie was trying to claim like it was for this astronomical amount of money. And then when I called him out on it, he was like, oh, John, that was the wrong check. Well, post the right one there. Post the right one. We need to see that. We need to see that. And like I said, once again, you have to understand the underhanded things that Reggie was doing. Just like he was claiming that, yeah, okay, he did this deal with Daz and so on and so forth. Like I said, Daz said that Reggie tried to steal his music. You understand what I'm saying? And so when we're dealing with these facts, this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a guy who was so vindictive that he would pull a security off of Tupac that night in Vegas. He would lie about the fact that he was even fired until, thank you, Yasmin Fula, Yaki Gaddafi's mom. May Yaki Gaddafi rest in peace. Thank you, Yasmin Fula, for actually submitting the paper and putting out the actual facts showing that Reggie was fired. Up until that point, people didn't even know. They thought that it was a myth. They didn't know whether it was true or not. But even upon the confirmation and the facts that was signed by Tupac Shakur, Reggie Wright Jr. went back online and tried to create an ulterior narrative. But it's not going to work no more. It's not going to work no more. We know now what it was really all about. We know now that Reggie Wright Jr. sabotaged Tupac Shakur security on September 7th, 1996. That is a fact. And the reason why he did that was because Tupac fired him on August 27 as his personal security. Reggie still worked for Death Row and was still supposed to do what Suge Knight told him to do. But Tupac fired him as his personal security. And Suge Knight even said it, and I posted it for you guys a numerous amount of times, which I'm not going to do again, that he told Reggie to send 5 more security guards that night in Vegas, and Reggie didn't send not one security guard. I showed you the video and where Reggie basically was saying that if he knew that he was fired, because see, once again, he claimed like he didn't know. If he knew that he was fired, he would have been like, fuck that nigga. I didn't need that little $300 extra that I was getting off of, securing him. So what that told me was, not only did he know that he was fired, but he knew the extra money that he was making off of doing security for Tupac, right? The private security, the extra money that he was making on side of doing the security for Death Row and working for Death Row. You see what I'm saying? Then he would go and lie again and say, oh, you know what? Suge asked me at the House of Blues, where was Pac's security? And he told him, well, he just sent a fax over, not a letter. He just sent a fax over firing me. You know what I mean? So I didn't, that made my job easier. That's what Reggie said in regards to Tupac. And he said that Suge told him, Pac don't pay you no way. I pay you, Reggie. Don't play like that, right? Now, if that's to be true, where do you think that happened at? That didn't happen at the House of Blues at Keyshawn Johnson's draft party. It happened the night in Vegas, man. It happened the night in Vegas, and Suge had asked him that about the Tupac security, and Reggie didn't send it. So each and every day that he gets online and gets in front of that microphone, I know some people here for the shit show, and I get it, but I'm here for these facts. I want to be able to learn and be informed about what's going on. And so therefore, I'm here to tell you, Reggie Wright Jr. sabotaged Tupac security that night. Now Reggie claims to know that Suge Knight snitched on Orlando Anderson. When? I mean, Suge actually asked Orlando to come testify in court for him. I thought that was strange, by any strange methods or of the madness, but like that's up to Suge Knight. He got to live with that, not me. And we know that because that's an actual fact. So when we sit down and we talk about everything that needs to be understood in regards to this situation, this is what Reggie Wright Jr. was doing. And while he's sitting there talking about other people You know what I mean? They say, you pointing one finger at somebody else when you got three pointed back at you. And so now when we talk about all of the things that have been done, now he's glorifying being a police informant. Like I said, anybody could do whatever they feel like they do. Yeah, that's what you want to do with your life. I'm cool with that, right? But now he's saying, well, the little kids, they don't care about snitches no more, right? Now he's trying to normalize that from that perspective. But like I said, once again, in his drug case, Reggie Wright Jr. is a failed drug dealer, a failed money launderer, a failed security guard, a failed police officer. He's basically failed at everything he's done. And right now, with these lies he's telling over that bomb first, he's failing at this podcasting thing, man. Why do you think that they only got Reggie over there every day on bomb first, coming up with these old crazy ass stories, and he ain't really saying nothing? John, I knew you was gonna ask me that, John. Come on, man. Stop with it, man. And like I said, once again, we're talking about facts. Look at the video I did yesterday. Understand what it is that I'm presenting to you today. Look at the paperwork. Look at what Reggie did. And it'll show you a pattern of vindictiveness, of deceit, of dishonesty, and all of the things that Tupac Shakur actually despised. Last words to a bitch nigga. Why you lie? You understand what I'm saying? So now, when you understand that, and as a man, you can stand on truth and facts, right? Right or wrong. Ain't none of us perfect. None of us gonna get it right all the time, but that's the process in learning. As a man, that's a process in growth. But Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. has shown us exactly who he is. He went back to calling me names. Yeah, why? Because guess what? One thing he can't say about me is that I'm not who I say I am. In the cold part about the game, let me give you this. The cold part about the game, he even admitted, he's like, you know what? I actually like DELRAY. So what was all of the criticism about? It was hate and it was jealousy. And he wanted a piece of the truth that we were telling because he didn't know it. Suge Knight even came out and said that, yo, you know what? Interscope gave me Tupac's contract. I know what Suge meant when he said that. Like I told you, I brought the contract out, the bail agreement showing that Tupac wasn't signed to Death Row. How come Reggie didn't know that if he ran Death Row? And he's been still trying to say that, yeah, Tupac was signed to Death Row, when Suge basically admitted that he wasn't. Tupac was still signed to Interscope, but they gave him jurisdiction over Tupac's contract so that he can record under Death Row because of the optics of it. You're talking about Warner Brothers, a multinational corporation. You know what I mean? Getting Tupac out and fronting on it like, they bailed him out after he was facing a charge dealing with some kind of sexual situation. It wouldn't have been a good look. I understand the politics that went behind what they did and why they did it. And it worked. He sold millions of records, right? How come Reggie didn't know that if he claimed to run Death Row? Because he really didn't run Death Row. He knew nothing about the intricacies and the inner workings of what was going on with Tupac's contractual obligations. Neither did Afeni. Afeni didn't know, because if Afeni knew, she wouldn't have sued Death Row. She would have went right to Interscope and said, hey, you know what? I know what my son signed. I'm here so we can try to get this all together. In which they ultimately did when she did sue Death Row. Jimmy Iovine stepped in and they made her whole and handled the business that they needed to handle. How come Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. couldn't tell y'all that if he knew everything? Absolutely, R. Chapman, out the gutter. Tupac was signed to his own label and most people didn't even know it. These are facts. These are facts. Like I said, I gave y'all the information. And so all I want to do is come in and, like I said, because once I seen what he was doing with the situation with Suge, and then he keeps trying to call out Suge, Suge put food on his table. This guy is loyal to nobody. Food on his table. If it wasn't for Suge, he wouldn't have nothing to talk about today. I bet you he ain't send Suge one commissary letter or commissary nothing, not a dime. You understand what I'm saying? And not that he has to, to each his own, right? But like I said, at the end of the day, he just did a video the other day saying that Suge snitched on Orlando Anderson. When? How did he snitch on him and he used him to try to get off the case when they paid him to come to court to testify? How did he snitch on him? You see what I'm saying? These are the backdoor moves in these Monday morning conversations that Reggie the Rat Right Jr. keeps having. You understand what I'm saying? So when we understand these facts that go into what we're talking about, then you're going to get it. And so, like I said, once again, the bottom line is Reggie Wright Jr. not only failed Tupac and Suge in Las Vegas, but he did some underhanded shit when Suge was locked up, creating a publishing company with the same name as Suge Knight's publishing company and doing deals or trying to do deals with artists like it was Suge's company he was doing deals with when it was something that he had represented himself. And the paperwork in the video that I did yesterday shows you all of that. It's that simple. And so, like I said, he had nothing coming because he did some nefarious, underhanded shit. Period. So now that's why he came and attacked me. He was like, damn, because if this guy get wind of some of the stuff I did, if he got that paperwork, I wonder how much other paperwork he got. When I was on the Art of Dialogue, when we did the video and brought out the fact that Tupac wasn't signed to death row, video over 700,000 views, that Reggie wanted a piece of that. He wanted a piece of that truth. So he wants to come out now and then try to criticize the video when he really doesn't have any real criticism because the video was based on facts. Why? Because it's paperwork that was signed by Tupac. But guess what? Reggie the Rat Right Jr. would come out and try to even refute paperwork that was duly signed by Tupac Shakur and his record label and the judge and the people who were responsible for putting up the bail certificate, the corporate certificate, as well as the bail money to bail Tupac out. Reggie Wright Jr. would come out and try to even refute that. That's how much of an ego he has. So when you understand these facts, you're going to get it. Gullible John's over there eating off of lies, and he does not care. John was an IT guy, like I told y'all, and he helped build a website or whatever. Remember when Suge's what was it, Twitter account allegedly got hacked, and it was putting out these old crazy stuff about, yeah, that's the guy next to Suge that had Tupac, and something was wrong, so responsible for Tupac's death and all of that. Who you think did that? Who you think was responsible for doing that? Hacking Suge Knight's. Who you think had the information to Suge Knight's Twitter? It was Reggie. It was Reggie. That's how underhanded he is. Right? And then Suge had to issue a disclaimer from prison. His people on the street had to issue a disclaimer from prison basically saying that wasn't him saying that. And then Reggie would finally come out and admit it and say to Suge's people, yeah, if y'all want that password and what's the name, y'all know how y'all can get at me. Once again, now he's trying to extort people for their password, for money to give their password back to the Twitter account. This is who this guy is. He's doing that to the same guy in Suge Knight who actually helped him eat. So tell me, how can he be trusted? Where can he be trusted? Nowhere. With nothing. And like I said, the reason why I make this video is not only to give you the truth, because once again, Reggie went against the agreement that me and him had to duly sign, saying that he wouldn't say any derogatory things about me, and he went back on that. And so I will kindly oblige you with the conversation. Reggie the Rat Right Jr., who admitted that he was a 137 informant when talking to the FBI agent, I forgot his name, on the dossier. He said the only people that he would tell on or likes to report to the FBI are crooked mayors and niggas that he don't like, meaning black men, meaning people that look just like him. He's not even good for his own community. You know, so he could not like you, not even know you, but just not like you, and tell on you, and hope and wish bad on you. But that's Reggie. And so now we know, in regards to the Suge Knight situation, in regards to the people that have put money in his pocket, who he now goes against their content. Yeah, he's that guy. When he was at his lowest, in prison, people that sent him money and did good by him, he still now talks about them behind their back. But that's what life is for Reggie Wright Jr. Everybody else doesn't live by that code. He claims to know the homies in the hood business and what they doing, and you know, it's all a bunch of mumbo jumbo. You know what I mean? Like I said, once again, he's a failed police officer, a failed drug dealer, a failed money launderer. And he failed Tupac Shakur and Suge Knight in Las Vegas on September 7th, 1996. The only thing that came out of when he went to Las Vegas to testify in front of the grand jury, the only thing that came out of that he could offer is that those Nextel radios that Michael Moore heard that got him on did have a two-way radio after Reggie had been denying it for the last 20 some odd years, that they didn't do that. He admitted that in court, under oath, in front of the grand jury, because he wanted to have something to say. And he slipped up and he admitted that. I made the video about that. On 1 minute, in 1 minute in the video, he was basically saying that he did what John, you know, what Michael Moore was saying that the Nextel radios could do at that time, they actually couldn't do. But that's besides the point, he said. But then, when he went to Las Vegas and testified in front of the grand jury, he copped to the fact that, hey, oh, Frank Alexander didn't call me on the radio. I don't know why he didn't call me, because the radios had two-way. They had the two-way capability, but he didn't call me. He be straddling the fence trying to hit the divider. He don't know what side of the lie he want to be on. These are facts. Go look it up. I did the video on it. Go check out the videos. That's why they were trying to take my videos down. See, most of y'all don't know, if you're new to my channel, oh, they were trying to copyright claim my videos out of spite. Why? Because I was revealing the truth. They was hopefully trying to hide that and bury that truth that I was giving y'all in regards to Reggie. Because the last thing a liar wants to hear is the truth about who he is and what he's doing. Like I said, I never said anything about Reggie. Really didn't know who he was until he mentioned my name. And he mentioned my name when I was on the Art of Dialogue. He was instantly mad. You know? So when we talk about the facts, of what this is, yeah. Let me tell you something that I never told nobody before. I want y'all to know this too. Before I even knew who Reggie was, when Reggie was in jail, you know, he had been on the Art of Dialogue. And Art, we talked, my friend, you know what I mean? And I told Art, I said, yes, send him a couple of dollars. Send him a couple of dollars. I did that because I understand what it's like. I know what it is to be down and, you know, and feeling like you're down and out. And, you know, under his situation, he cooperating. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't know that at that time from that perspective, but found out later. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah. And I told Reggie that on the phone when we talked. I told Art, yo, send him a couple of dollars. He didn't have to. You know, but then, like I said, once again, that's what men do. Real men do that. But like I said, here comes this guy. Even after I told Reggie that, I told him that when we talked about the case in regards to this, the 7.3 hearing that you had when he filed a frivolous case against me. I told him I did that. And he would still After I said that to him, say, oh, I believe, he's like, I believe that, I believe that, I believe that. Even after I told him that, he would still go back after signing the paper saying he wouldn't say nothing crazy about me no more. And I wouldn't say nothing crazy about him. He went against that again, even after I told him that. Now tell me what you can trust him with. Not a damn thing. You can't tell him nothing. If you got a secret, keep it to yourself. Tell it to the doorknob. You know what I mean? At least you know the doorknob gonna turn, right? The doorknob gonna turn on you. You know what I mean? You don't know what Reggie gonna do. You understand what I'm saying? So now, there you have it. We understand who and what he is. Watch the video from yesterday, and when you watch this video, and I just wanted, and that's character-wise, not just the factual information that I gave you guys, but that's just a person's character. That's a person's character. But like I said, people will associate who they want to associate with. That's on them. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But at the end of the day, know when you're dealing with snakes. You know what I mean? Cut your grass so you can see them. You know? Like I said, thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate you guys. And like I said, I'm going to sum it up with this. More importantly, but yeah, that's what Reggie did. Reggie basically created an identical publishing company name under the same name as Suge Company when Suge was in jail, making deals as if he was doing deals as Suge Knight, but then would hold on to the paperwork later and then try to submit the paperwork to the publishers, ASCAP, and these various companies, right? Later on down the line, when Suge is out of commission and in jail and was out of commission, basically stating that that was a company that he owned and putting his address and his bank account information in there and collecting the royalties under the guise that he did business as Simon Says, or Big Simon Says, should I say. Same name company. That's what Reggie did. He crossed the guy that actually helped him get in the game, put food on the table. Yeah, that's what he did. He failed him in Vegas, like I said, once again on September 7, 1996. Him and Tupac, right? That's what he did. He sabotaged Tupac's security by telling them, you know what, y'all can't carry guns, right? But then would later on say, oh, but they had guns at the club. They had guns at the club, though. Well, if they had guns at the club, then why didn't you let them come and protect Tupac and Suge? Because he didn't give a damn about Tupac. He said that too. Because Tupac fired him as his personal security. Because he was a chatty patty, just like he is today. And so, like I said, anytime he called me out or call my name or say anything ill about me, I will respond in kind. But I will respond with nothing but facts. Nothing but facts. And the fact that I call him Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. is because he had confirmed that he was an informant. He had confirmed that he said the only people that he snitches on to the FBI, the only people that he tell on are crooked mayors and niggas that he don't like. That came from his mouth, not mine. Your boy DELRAY. Yeah, straight game. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll be back at you.